Hi, class. We're going to dive into the catalog lecture. So hopefully you have started or are almost done with your reading. I've also posted an assignment, Accessing Student Services. Much of what you need to know is actually located in the catalog about the student services, but you can also use CSM's website to access it. So we're going to dive into the catalog. And the catalog now is fully online. There was a long time when it was available in print. So this is a printed copy I have from a catalog last year, but now it's primarily available online. So the version that you will be seeing the most is the web version, but for the purposes of the class, we also have the PDF version so that you can go ahead and read. And as you can see, it's a comprehensive handbook that highlights the academic programs, the student services that we have, certificate and degree requirements, regulations and policies that are here at the college, fees, important dates, information about where your faculty went to school and their qualifications. And it's also really important to know what the catalog rights. So you have catalog rights from when you start at the college as long as you're continuously enrolled. So having a copy of the catalog of the year you started as long as you're continuously enrolled is really important. So you can be bound to those rights because those could change from year to year. Okay, so what's inside the catalog? There's information on policies at the college and rules and regulations, academic policies as far as cheating and plagiarism, how you conduct yourself and what's appropriate, student support services that are here. And again, we have the Accessing Student Services assignment that highlights some of the key student services. But please note that what's in the assignment isn't limited to what we offer at CSM. There are a lot of programs and student services. In the catalog, what you'll see is there are actually detailed course descriptions. In the class schedule, you don't necessarily get as much detail in the paper schedule. You get a little bit in web schedule. You also can see the degree and certificate requirements for all the majors that are offered, information on fees and parking, a directory of departments, campus maps, information on graduation as well. So I want to talk about grades and scholarships, which is part of your reading right now, and just really emphasize some of the terminology that is used in college and at CSM and community college. So in high school, you often had credits. So in college, they use units. We use the term units. So it generally represents 1 hour of for each week of lecture, right? And 3 hours of lab. So for a class like Counseling 120, it is 3 units. So there's generally about 3 hours worth of lecture or class time each week that you spend. So that could be in the lecture, and that could be in doing in-class assignments and activities as well. So here at CSM, there are plus and minus grades, and the grades are determined by the instructor and earned by the student, right? So plus and minus grades are used at CSM, so you take that into account in terms of calculating GPA. GPA stands for grade point average. So this is something that you really want to pay attention to, because on upcoming quizzes as well as the midterm exam, you'll be asked to calculate a GPA. Okay, and it's determined by dividing grade points earned by the number of units taken. Okay, Non-degree applicable classes are not counted in the GPA. So for example, a Math 110 class, which we used to have, that wouldn't be counted on the GPA. So it'd be identified with kind of the hash mark on the transcript. So I'm going to go through the grade symbols with you. An A is worth 4 grade points. It's considered excellent. So if you earn an A in Counseling 120, you'll get 4 grade points for that 3-unit class. An A minus is also considered excellent, and it's 3.7 grade points. A B plus, 3.3. A B, 3.0. And a B minus is a 2.7 in terms of grade points, right? C plus is considered satisfactory, 2.3 grade points. A C is considered satisfactory as well, 2 grade points. D plus, 1.3, less than satisfactory, but passing. A D is 1 grade point, and a D minus, 0.7. An F is 0 grade points and considered failing. Okay. Some other symbols that are around, EW, excused withdrawal. That can be a situation where you have what's called an extenuating circumstance, or something that happens where you are forced to withdraw from class, or you can't finish a course. You can be issued an excused withdrawal. An I, an incomplete, is if you haven't finished all of the requirements for the class. Instead of a fail or a no pass, an instructor may issue an incomplete and give you a chance to complete that coursework. CR is credit. Some classes have credit, no credit, or pass, no pass options. So for example, I teach a course that is called Career 126, as well as a course that's Career 127. Those classes are pass, no pass only option courses. And so you don't get any grade points for those courses. The other thing I wanted to mention is that, and I'll go back a couple slides, is there are no C minuses offered in the San Mateo County Community College District. So if you're wondering where is the C minus, there are no C minuses. Okay, and then here's a couple more. Withdrawal, military withdrawal, grade report delayed. In progress means the class is still going on. And no grade issued. So what I want you to try is to actually take a look at a sample schedule from last fall of a student. So this student took a 5-unit Math 241 class and earned an A minus. The student also took English 165, 3 units, and earned a B plus. They took a Fitness 121.1, 1 unit, and earned a C. And then took Astronomy 100 and earned an A, and 1 unit Astronomy 103 lab course and earned a B. So think about the grade and the points that they'll earn, and also the number of units for each class. And I want to give you some time to calculate that GPA. So the math class is 5 units, and the number of grade points for an A minus, if you remember that slide, or even refer to the catalog, an A minus is 3.7 grade points. So you'd multiply 3.7 by 5 units and get 18.5. Okay. For the English class, A B plus is 3.3 grade points, and you'll multiply that by 3 units to get 9.9. The fitness class, a C is 2 grade points times 1 unit equals 2. Okay, and the A is worth 4 grade points times 3 units, equaling 12. And then the B in Astronomy 103, that's 3 grade points times 1 unit, equaling 3. So if you add all those together, you should get 45.4 grade points. Then what you want to do is take those grade points added up and divide it by the number of units the student took, right? So 5 plus 3 plus 1 plus 3 plus 1 equals 13 units, right? So 45.4 grade points divided by 13 units, you should get a GPA of 3.49 or 3.492. Okay, so hopefully you're able to do that. We can talk about it in the discussion area if you have any trouble with the GPA calculation. Okay, moving on from GPA, so another really important thing that I want you to learn from the catalog is really not just how to read the course descriptions or the degree requirements, but really understanding the prerequisites. So the catalog does a really nice job of doing that, right? So there are certain classes that have prerequisites and co-requisites. So this is something that will definitely appear on the upcoming quiz and also on the midterm. So let's take Physics 250 as a course. So definitely check out the section that talks about physics. So you'd go under physics and see what is the prerequisite of Physics 250. And what I see is that Physics 250 requires either that you've completed or are currently enrolled in Math 252. It also recommends that students take Physics 150, right? So the next part is just talking about recommended prep. So recommended prep is much different than a prerequisite. Recommended is just that, it's recommended. So our instructors highly recommend you take that course, but it is not required. It's just strongly recommended. Now, co-requisites are a little bit different. Co-requisites mean that the class has to be taken with another course. So with the example of Math 800, it has a co-requisite of Math 200 statistics. So specific Math 800 classes are linked to specific Math 200 classes, and they have to be taken together. So to answer the question, does the co-requisite of Math 800 have recommended prep, or does it have a prerequisite? Well, yes, it does. It requires the placement based on your previous grades or ability or multiple measures, or you can have taken a Math 120 or Math 123. So just think about how you would put these prerequisites and co-requisites in your own words. They are different, and you want to be able to understand and explain that. So in closing, the catalog is a really useful tool. I'll give you the second part of the reading assignment, but you want to understand the degree requirements, certificate requirements, resources, services, and really all the details, policies, and regulations. Catalog rights are very important.